My longer, meaner review keeps getting blocked by Disney, so let me do a couple of tweaks and see if this one will stay up. Angry Ecologist here, sadly and regretfully, to rip on a Predator movie that the premise was magnificent for. Going back in time with a more primitive predator against Native Americans sounds like it could be pretty darn cool. Quick side note, am I the only one who recognizes the poster similarities to Pathfinder, which was Native Americans versus Vikings? How do I criticize this movie without being ostracized? Because everyone else is afraid to criticize it. Why? Well, it's another woke film that includes female empowerment and shines a light on Native American culture. Now hold on, before you crucify me, it's not that I have a problem with either of those things. It's the way that the film did it. Because whether or not it's a man, a woman, a little kid growing up, whatever the character development is, do you have to repeat the exact same shit over and over and over throughout the entire film?
Why do you want to hunt? Because you all think that I can't.
Well, I guess in 2022, that's as good of an answer as you can hope for, because it doesn't matter what's best for the tribe. It doesn't even matter if she is a good hunter or not. What really matters is proving everyone else wrong because of your deep insecurity. Someone said I can't, therefore I have to. The character development and dialogue writing suck so much that I care more about Jesse the Body Ventura's character in the first one than I do these people. The fact that her own tribe's people couldn't decide whether or not to accept her or reject her, or accept her or reject her, kind of made them look dumb. And the fact that she couldn't stop talking trash the whole movie kind of made her unlikable.
What easy?
Don't get your bowstring wet. Didn't think we had time for a nap.
Who's sneaking?
I'm smarter than a beaver. You bled my brother, so now you bleed.
You know, this guy is cussing in French the whole time. He clearly doesn't understand her, and yet somehow it makes her feel better to talk trash to him.
You think that I'm not a hunter like you, and I'm not a threat. That is what makes me dangerous. You can't see that I'm killing you.
Wait for it.
And it won't either.
Time out. Did she just talk with Predator standing right next to her? So now Predator is deaf too? I mean, I know she's eating that stuff that makes her blood go cold. That's already ridiculous enough to think that Predator isn't going to sense her there just because her blood is cold. But then she talks? I mean, this has got to be at the top of the dumb stuff in the movie. I get it. She has some challenges to overcome. Can you just plant that seed in the script and then move on instead of treating us, the audience, like we're dumb and in the process dumbing down your own characters? Here's a great example. This fellow tribe member is so anxious to contradict her that he says,
We get some bait and climb up and wait for it.
A hunter doesn't eat. He hunts.
oops, you got your pronouns wrong. You said he. That's gender insensitive. Honestly, how in the hell did that make it into the script? I'm pretty sure that waiting and patience are a massive percentage of successful hunting. And yet, here is writing so bad that now I'm distracted from the movie enough to think, my God, that's bad writing. And now this guy is so dumb, I don't care if he dies. Is that good character development? And I'm also wondering, was this just another excuse to make the female character better than the male character? I mean, it happens so many times in the movie that I had to wonder. Oh yeah, and then there's this scene. Okay, so the French are using them as bait, trying to lure in Predator, and instead of just prioritizing getting out of there and throwing the rock down on that thing, she times it so that she can tell a story. She's basically shit talking instead of getting them out of there. All so that she can deliver a one-liner.
I'm smarter than a beaver.
Okay, good for you. So let's add a beaver to your list of everyone that you're better than. I mean, seriously, does this just help modern people relate to the movie? to make her so insecure that she's got to talk trash about a beaver instead of just escape. Anything you can... Oh, and of course, I mean, what would the movie be if she didn't kill the predator and become the war chief at the end? You know, and at the end it's just kind of like, yeah, I told you so. Just another day at the office for me. I mean, even Dutch at the end of the first one is like mentally gone. He's just gone through so much trauma that he's checked out. I'm just saying, can you tone down the need to make the person perfect a little bit? Can we have a little bit of character flaw? And could she at least not been the last one out of bed every morning if she was so anxious to prove herself? I mean, if the movie got anything accurate, it was that new sense of entitlement of the next generation. Okay, if I haven't lost you after saying all that, then we're in good shape and you are definitely a core fan. Before I saw the film, I saw a glimpse of what this predator looked like, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I was hoping that the thing on his face was some sort of an exoskeleton, some sort of a sign of being more primitive. But no, it's a biohelmet, which just kind of ruins the fact that it looks like an exoskeleton. In fact, having technology woven into some skull-like plate makes it even more advanced, doesn't it? This kind of ruins one of the things I anticipated to be great about the film. I was thinking of a simpler predator, just like something that is in fact feral and likes to kill with his claws and size and hunting ability. But no, what we actually have here is a bully, like a really kind of unrespectable giant with all these advantages that just goes around killing everything, no matter how ridiculous the matchup is. And I've read some people make excuses. Oh, he's learning about the earth. Oh, okay. As long as there's an excuse. Stop. Like, is he brain dead? Can he not see that the snake is tiny? Can he not see that the coyote or the wolf or whatever is not a worthy adversary? I mean, you don't have to pull the spine out of every creature you come across before you realize, oh, okay, maybe that wasn't that great of a fight. And then he takes a trophy of the coyote skull. So don't tell me that he wasn't just trying to figure out who was worthy and who wasn't. Don't take a trophy of something that didn't have a chance in hell against you. This predator resembles human hunters more than any of the other predators. Just, you know, really shameful bullying, like I said, killing things that don't have a chance in hell against you and really don't want anything to do with you. I'm surprised he didn't kill the bunny. He was hiding in his invisibility cloak almost the entire time, even against the snake. And this extends to his killing of the French trappers. I mean, obviously, terrible characters, people that you want to die. But did he have to get out his entire arsenal to defeat them? Yeah, not much to like about this predator. He basically represents a cowardly human hunter. I mean, all the predators have had some unfair advantages, but at least in the first one, he's taking on an elite special forces team full of badasses. Now he's killing snakes and coyotes and staying invisible as he goes up against bows and arrows and knives and shit. Good God. Apparently he can't be injured even when an entire line of muskets is unloaded on him. Every single one of them is that bad of an aim? Or are they all aimed for his armor? Oh my God, come on. I mean, he's got like nanotech. He's just got these shields that pop up instantly. And everything's over the top powerful. You're there to hunt, but you've got these things that like chop trees in half after they've killed the victim. This one took the cake though. You've got to drop these special bomb things and then flee the forest. And the hunters, not that I'm trying to, defend them or anything, but suddenly became so dumb that they forgot that every single thing that Predator has done so far has been to kill them, but curiosity gets the best of them. They're going to approach this thing that's beeping as if, oh, well, maybe this time he left something good for us. Maybe it's a snack pack. God. From here, she beats up the entire remainder of the French cap by herself. The 10 seconds that it took her to weave that rope together from bark really paid off. That's impressive.
You want to hunt something that's hunting you.
What would that be exactly? According to Hollywood, everything. That's all nature does. Everything wants to kill you, and until you show up, they are busy killing each other.
Damn, nature, you scary!
How great that a film being praised for its accurate depiction of the times and getting praise from Native Americans once again takes a shit all over nature. So back to my question. What hunts humans? What animal ecologically has the important role of managing the human population? Ever in history. There is no animal that poses a serious threat to human beings because animals try to stay the hell away from human beings. I covered the villainizing of nature in the first video, so I will not continue with that on this one. But please go watch part 1, and you can see how the mountain lion can't wait to just jump from person to person, killing them. So much so that the mountain lion doesn't even care about the explosion in the mountains nearby or Predator's scary roar. Naru notices it and is scared, but of course the mountain lion's only priority is to kill the human. You know what? Screw it. This was so ridiculous, I'll do it again. The snake bites a mouse, and instead of eating it, decides he wants to bite something invisible. The coyote is not afraid of something invisible, and despite getting body slammed out of nowhere, instead of being freaked out, gets up and decides to attack something invisible. Despite being tossed like a rag doll, gets right back up and decides that, yeah, I think I'll take on this gigantic thing that I can't even see. Let me tell you something. Coyotes run from me when I'm visible and unarmed and way smaller than Predator. And how about rabbits? Were there fat rabbits like that in the Northwest back then? And what rabbit runs in a straight line? I've seen jackrabbits. I don't know if this is supposed to be a jackrabbit, but jackrabbits teleport. Coyote, wolf, you're not catching a rabbit. At least not in a straight line, that's for damn sure. Anyways, so, oh yeah, and the bear. The bear, I already talked about how stupid it is that the bear chased Naru and the dog all over the place. And why is Naru messing with the poor bear anyway? Do you have a problem with the bear eating his lunch down by the creek? But the bear doesn't want to run away. The bear has to find a way up the hill to kill the human, because that's the most important thing, and the dog saves the human, of course. And this bear that is on cocaine and rabies chases the dog. And I guess the bear's thinking is, instead of eating the gigantic lunch that's already here, I'll waste all my energy trying to catch two things that don't add up to half of what I already had. And then I'm going to fight something invisible and not be scared of that. And I guess Predator is so strong that he can knock a bear out with one punch and lift the bear over his head. I keep reading people say this is one of the smaller predators. But look, if bears acted like this at all, no one could go for a hike in any national park. Well, I gotta move on from ripping on this movie. See you next time.
You want to know how I killed that lion? Your plan. The tree. You weakened it. You had it, Naru.
Indeed. Naru, you are the best at everything.